what women do to sabotage their success because, one, I'm a coach to women and men mostly, but I have a lot of women in my books. I'm also a therapist and I work with a lot of women. And finally, this podcast really is for you ladies because I don't want you to procrastinate anymore and I don't want you to waste your time on some of the things that I see that are common issues. So I'm going to give you 8. I've got my laptop ready. I have my water next to me and the phone is on airplane mode. And we're actually in a proper podcast studio. So I've done this the right way. This is not me at home sipping my coffee and trying to do a podcast. This is a proper podcast. So, okay, let's get into it. 8 mistakes that most women do that sabotage their success. And the first one, I'm sure you're probably going to relate to this one. Now, it's not in any particular order, but maybe the last one I need to emphasize because the last one is the one that most people just, I need to exhale when I say it. But let's get to the first one. So the first one is that you have to stop talking about what you don't want, okay, versus what you want. Because I know a lot of the times when I'm speaking to women, I'm going, all right, if they're talking about business and I say, so what is it that you want out of your business? They automatically, most of the women, I'm not going to say all of us because it's not all of us, will go to what they don't want. So they'll say, I don't want it to do this. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. That was not the question. The question wasn't, what do you not want? The question is what you don't, the question wasn't, what do you not want? The question was, what do you want out of your business? Let's say it was a business conversation. So remember to say what you want, okay? And I know automatically sometimes we can go on to the things that perhaps we failed at, didn't do so well, or maybe some of the programming that we can't do something that isn't in our DNA, like business, for example, is seen as I slowly say exhaling, like a man's type of world, okay? Because I know women, when we start to be really focused and going for our goals, there's certain names that we can get associated with because we're really, really focusing and zoning into our goals. And it can be called aggressive and all these other names. I'm not even going to give airtime to because we all know when men do it, no one says it is. Okay. So focus always, 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 always. Any question that you get and someone says, what do you want? Try not to lean into what you don't want automatically. Like think about it for a moment and think about the things that you really want. Because most of the times when you start to talk about the things that you want, you never know, A, that person may know someone that knows someone that could get you connected and get that dream or that aspiration going. B, your mind focuses on what you tell it. So if you're always constantly talking about what you don't want, your brain thinks that you actually want those things and then it just shows you more. Let me give you an example. When you talk about, I don't know, you talk about your dream car, let's say, and it's, I don't know, a turquoise Range Rover Sport with, I don't know what, alloys, tinted windows, steering wheel, I don't know how many inches wheels, whatever it is that you're talking about. And then suddenly you start to see that car everywhere you go. What is that? That's exactly what it is. You've been talking about it and now you're seeing it everywhere. And that's how really we work as humans in our brain. So talk about the things that you want. The other thing I want to say, particularly in business, if you're in business and you're a woman and you're listening to this and you can hear my voice, is I want to tell you that you have to set your business goals, okay? And when I say business goals, I'm going to include financial business goals because most, I don't know if I should use the word most, but some women, okay, have a business and they don't know what the target is. So I'll say, what's your yearly target for money? They're like, oh, I hope I make some money. Or, I don't want to set up the money. I don't want to make that as a goal because if I fail, then I'll feel like I haven't done anything. And then I'll feel bad. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. If you're going to have a business, take it from me. I've run multiple £1 million businesses. If you are going to have a business, you cannot afford to not set business goals. One, where are you taking your business if you're not making any money? It's going to go nowhere. I'm not even going to call it a hobby, because it won't be a hobby, because at least a hobby, you know what you want out of it. But if you don't have financial goals in your business, you need to set up the goals, because you need the big goal that is the yearly goal, and then you have to break it down to monthly goals, to weekly goals, to daily goals, and then you have to look at the product that you're selling, and then you have to work out how many you have to sell to make them, the daily goals, so that your big goal can be achieved. Okay, so we're not going to get into that. However, I do need you to have goals, financial goals, people goals, how big you want it to go, where you want to show up on social media. And to be fair, that's not even in my points, but can we talk about showing up on social media? Because if you're scared to talk about your business and what you do, that tells me one of two things. You either are not buying into anything that you're selling, or you're not skilled up to the level that you want to be, because you're afraid that you may not be able to deal with the issues that come up when you sell your thing. Okay. Or you might just be so self-conscious and you don't want to see yourself on screen. And that's just something that you need to get over. Okay. Because if you have something that you know is going to help someone else, I think the thing to do, I think I heard once someone say that if you don't show up for the thing that you're selling, you might be robbing someone who's going to hear your message or hear what you have, and you're going to rob them of that success that they would have had if they heard you speaking. Okay. And I know that's kind of putting the weight on you and what you have to do, but I think we all have a gift, and every gift is different depending on who's delivering it. Okay. We can be in the same industry, but the way that I deliver something versus another person might resonate with different individuals. So please be confident and get your message out. And if you are shy and all the other things that we talk about, get some support, get some help, get some coaching, get some therapy if it's that childhood trauma, but move past the fear, because your purpose will always be with you, like forever. You're going to be thinking about it. So you might as well try and do something about it. Okay. So point number 2, most women let their past define them, and then they stay stuck right there with their past. And I want to say to you, everyone has a past. Okay. Every single person has a past. And even the people that you mostly admire on whatever shows you watch, or whatever podcast you listen to, whatever music you listen to, or in the business that you're in, the person that you admire has a past. And the thing that we've done is we've not allowed that past to define who we are, because it does not need to define who you are. You define yourself and who you are. And the more you get used to defining who you are and not allowing the past to define you, the quicker you're going to get on to the next thing that you need to do, because the past has this long chain and it's invisible and it holds you back, but you have to be the one that actually releases it. Because sometimes just thinking about our past means that we have this freeze, we get stuck, or we stay stuck forever and we don't move and we don't do anything. But we all have a past, okay? So stop looking at it and deciding that it's also your future, because it isn't. And technically, I always say to people, when you look at your past, it's like, where does it exist the most? In your mind. Yeah, it doesn't exist anywhere else. There's no way you can go and pick it up and say, here is my past, I'm going to bring it over here. It doesn't. It exists in your mind. And all you have to do sometimes is reframe how you see your past, okay? Most of my past, I always reframe it. If it was a negative thing, I use that as fuel. And I know, again, this is probably a male-female conversation, because when men do this, they're seen as go-getters. So a man will probably use anger fuel to light the fire into the business. So they'll be angry and they'll be like, watch me, I'm going to do this and I'm going to crush you and I'm going to just show you that I can do it. But women don't generally do it. Women do the opposite. They're like, oh, I just want to be nice. I don't want to be seen like that person that is holding grudges, that is using that as a thing that I'm going to use as fuel. I'm like, hell no. Okay, if guys can do it, we can do it too. So you can channel that energy of the past that's holding you back instead of being softly and trying to be all nicey. Get angry about it. Get angry about it and be like, okay, I'm pissed now. So everybody else, whoever it is that didn't trust my dream, didn't trust my whatever aspirations because they know you and because they've seen all the, I'm going to say madness, maybe not the right word, but all the crazy stuff that you've done in the past, they're still judging you with that. They're holding that, and that's what's stopping you from moving forward. You can just go, do you know what? Pick a finger, right? We're going with this one because at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop. And the people that told you you'll never amount to anything, and the amount of people that I know this was said to, is jaw dropping, okay? Those people are the ones that you go, I'm going to show you. So ladies, use that fire, use that energy and channel that energy in an angry but not destructive, in a productive way so that you can get exactly what you want out of it. Don't be too nicey. I think that time is kind of passing and we're kind of bored with it. It's time for us to start taking, that anger, that pain and start using it to fuel our future. Okay, point number 3. I think I've got 8 points. Most women have a very loud negative self-talk. Very, very loud. The way you talk to yourself really, really matters because I can be out here on a podcast saying to you, you can do it. You've had success in the past. You've dealt with difficult, even more difficult things that you're going through now. I can say, I've got your back, call me, I will hold your hand. You can be in other women's groups that are supporting you. You can have all this support. You can even have accountability. But the biggest accountability is the one that you have to do for yourself by holding yourself accountable to not be that mean, nasty voice inside of your head. You have to be a cheerleader. You have to be your own person that wants you to succeed. So you can't be sitting there trying to be successful, but at the same time, you're saying, I'm never going to win. I'm a loser. This business is never going to work out. These people will never buy my stuff. I'm not useful. I have no value. I'm this. I'm that. That type of negative self-talk, you really have to manage it. And that's on you. Okay, that's not on anyone. And I know a lot of people have like trauma-based pasts that contribute to this type of negative talk. But at some point, it becomes your responsibility to start managing what's happening because now you're grown, now you're an adult, now it's you against you. It's not those people against you because those people, again, they're like in your past. Some of them may still be around, but they're in your past and you control what goes up here because the easiest way to control your thoughts is by, just listening to your voice. If you can listen to what you're saying, like be quiet for a minute. And I know social media is trying to make us move so fast, trying to tell us our attention span is, I don't know what, 3 seconds. Are you joking? Don't buy into narratives like that. So slow your thoughts down, listen to what you're saying to yourself. And, you could even just do a little list. I'm a listicle type of girl. Put a list of everything negative that you're telling yourself or that you constantly tell yourself because what you always say to yourself. Write that list down and then just write the opposite of that. And every time you start to go down that path, you can just look at your list and start saying the opposite and start training your subconscious mind because all these things that we talk to ourselves, all this conversation, the inner talk that we have is the subconscious thoughts that come through from childhood, from the past, etc. So start changing it by just being aware of it, writing something different that is going to be more empowering, and then start reciting that like a poem. That's how you practice. That's how you then change and transform your life. It's not going to change any other way. Okay, there is no magic pill. There is no, what's that pill everyone's taking now to get slim? Whatever that pill is called. There isn't that for the mind. So you're going to have to work on it. And it is going to take you some time. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fast. But that's the whole point about life. Yeah, we've been conditioned now to have things so quickly. You order something, it's coming the same day. You want to watch this program, you can just buy it. or watch it on Netflix, or if it's not on there, it's on Amazon, it's on here. You have so many options, but the things that matter the most, that are going to help you the most, is things that you have to practice and things that will take time. Okay, like changing how you think, changing your mindset. So those are going to be the ones that take forever. So don't buy into the speediness of everything. Slow your thoughts down, listen to what you're saying, and then start shifting it. I forget what number I'm in. I think I'm number 4 so far. The other big one, okay, this one is probably should have been number 1, is that mostly women will stick to society narratives. Okay, what do I mean by that? So I think when we look at the world, the way it's set up for us to kind of be self-conscious, isn't it? Okay, because I'm going to trip over this completely because this is the one that drives me completely bonkers. When women are trying, I won't say trying, but are buying products to look better, feel better, okay, they're called you're trying to look young, okay? So it's anti-aging this, anti-aging that, okay? What's the implication in that? It's we're trying to be something else. When men are doing the same damn thing, and even worse, because I don't know if you've seen this guy who's been doing this, trying to be scientific about how to live a long life, which essentially is the same thing. He's trying to stay young and not die. For men, it's called biohacking. Yeah, they're biohacking their way into fitness. They're biohacking their way into health. But women, anti-aging. So these society norms make us be a certain way. And the more we are stuck into these narratives, the worse our lives get, because then we are not focused on what we can actually do to change our lives. We're stuck in this anti-aging, looking at ourselves and thinking, I need to look a certain way. I need to do things a certain way. I need to stop aging. Versus how can you change your life and make sure that you're having a more empowering, fun, productive, useful, and you're growing in wisdom and you're becoming wise, productive human in the world the same way men do, right? So society narratives will make us think that we're both doing the same things, but one is called anti-aging women and the other one's called biohacking. Okay, same difference, guys. So don't buy into this. Yeah, I was going to say a really bad word, but I won't, because I know my nephew and my niece are going to be watching this. However, this really winds me up. So ladies, the way the world is built is to condition us to stick to the narratives that the world is giving us. So society is telling you, oh my God, look at you trying to use anti-aging products. And yeah, no, I am also biohacking, Mr. Man. Okay. So use the same the words that they use for men, we have to take those words too. Okay. We can't just be feeling bad about the things that we do, because the idea is to keep you feeling not useful, not productive, stay consumed with how you look like and how you are and how your body looks, how your face looks. Just get stuck in that instead of doing the productive work. Okay. It's all I'm not saying it's not productive, but the more productive thing is, how does your mind work? Okay. How do you problem solve when it comes into your own life? How do you help your children? How do you help your community grow? How are you growing older with wisdom, as a wise woman, as people that can see as someone who is really irreplaceable in the community? How are we doing that side? That side is always completely stripped off for us. It's always about external. So don't stick to society norms, okay? Go for if you're going to stick with society norms, let's just call it the same. So I'm also biohacking and I'm also going for my dreams, okay? Because the society narratives are there to just keep you forever stuck. All right. Point number 5, most women wait for permission to do something. You're like, am I ready? Am I ready? I'm going to ask this person, do you think I'm ready? I'm going to go to this other course. I think I'll be ready once I do that course. And then you do the course and you're like, oh, I think I need to be ready once I do this other course that support this course. And then I need to go into a women's group that is supportive. And then I need to ask those women and then I need to test it out. And it just goes on and on and on and on. Okay. we have to stop asking for permission. And I know this is I want to say a societal programming, because as children, we grew up asking for permission. Anytime you want something, you go to somewhere. Even now, as a grown-ups, you want to travel, you still have to get permission from the visa country that you're going to get the visa. If you're in a hospital or in a GP, you have to get an appointment. That's kind of saying, can I come? Is it, do you have space for me? So this idea of there's no space for you, we take it really literally and we wait on it. There's a funny test that was done between men and women, and a lot of men. So it was I think it was an application of jobs, and for men, they have so they'll see a job description, and they're missing, let's say, out of 10 things that are on the job description, they're missing 5. And they'll be like, yeah, I could do that job. Yeah, I'm definitely qualified. And they apply for it. Versus women, when they see the 10 and they're just missing 1. So they maybe have 9 and they miss 1 thing. They're like, oh my God, I don't have that 1 thing, so I'm not going to apply. Can you see the difference? So we almost need to have this oomph of, you know what, just do what you want to do and see what happens. And just take the action, execute, and then see what happens. Don't wait for permission. Once you have, whatever you think is basic, go for it. Because I can tell you now, there's some things that I've applied for, I didn't even know that company existed before I applied for that job, and I got some of these jobs. So don't wait for permission. You're ready, right? If you've had any life experiences for, I'm going to say, if you're in your 30s at least, you already have enough life experience to apply for most of the things that you would like, or to start a business, or to write a book, or to start whatever it is that you want. You already have some life experience. So trust yourself more, ladies. Don't be waiting for permission. And I know it's something that we have to consciously think about, or most women have to consciously think about, but just execute, go for it, and then see. Once you get the result, you can then adjust, adapt, pivot, change, do whatever you need to do to make it work. But while you're on the journey, ladies, let's stop waiting for permission, okay? This other one I used to do a lot, and this one is playing small to make other people's comfortable. So you're dimming your light to make other people comfortable. You don't want to talk about your accolades. You don't want to talk about what you've done in life, because you don't want the other person to feel like they haven't done anything. It's like, what's that? How is that helping the other person not like feel good? I think for me, when I hear women, like if I see a woman who's done something, like for example, with my book, I went to this women's conference. It wasn't probably a conference. It was like a breakfast meeting thing. And I met some women there who'd written books. And when I left that place, I was like, Judith, like, what is the difference between you and these women who have written books? And on paper, I couldn't see anything. There was literally nothing, no difference at all. Okay. And I was thinking to myself, so what's stopping you from doing it? Like, what is it? And it wasn't the women, or it was me. I was thinking I'm not good enough, or I don't have the information, or what shall I write about? I don't know. And the thing was right in front of me. Before then, I was talking about empowerment. I was talking about starting your own thing. I was talking about limiting beliefs. I was talking about how to overcome childhood trauma. I was talking about everything that is in my book. There I was saying that I don't know what I'm going to write in the book. So dimming your light, if those women had dimmed their lights and they didn't tell me what they'd done, I would not have been motivated to go and follow a path that now is so amazing for me, right? Having I'm a best-selling author from something that was a one-off breakfast meeting that I met a couple of women from writing books. So don't dim your light. I know it's somehow twisted to make it look like it's a good thing, but it isn't. Because if you have a group of women who want to move forward in life and want to do amazing, and you're doing it, seeing you will empower them to feel that they can do it too. It's not going to be something that they think, oh my God, I can't do it. It's going to be like, oh, you know, why? They'll question like I did, well, why can I not do it? And then obviously always go for the help. So I enlisted some people to help me get the book out, write the book, etc. So again, it's that next step of once you realize what you want to do, it's the execution bit. Don't second guess. Don't start thinking you're not qualified enough. Don't start waiting for permission. Who's going to, you know, I could have asked all these people to say to me, do you think I can write a book? Do you think I can write a book? And I actually did say to someone, I said to someone, you know, do you think I can write a book? And they were like, of course you can. And I said to my sister, oh, do you think? My sister's like, you can do anything you want to, just do it. Because you can do anything. She's like my biggest cheerleader. She was like, just go and do it. Right? So there are people there waiting. And there are also someone that, you know, I said, I want to write a book. And they looked at me like, calm down, lady. You can't be doing that. So I had both sides. And you know what? To the person that was saying to me, calm down, I was like, no, we're not doing that. Not today. Okay? All right. We've got 2 more to go. I'm going to say them because I like this one. So very quickly, letting fear dictate your choices. How many of us, okay, I don't do that anymore. How many of us pick the thing that we think we deserve? So there's like 1, 2, 3 options. One is way over there. One is in the middle and the other one is over here. And we just go for the one over here because we think, oh, that's comfortable. I can deal with that. I can do that. Because you're seeing yourself at that level. And you're not even considering the one right up here. Okay, so don't let fear dictate your things. Don't let people say, you know this, what's the saying? It's going to come to me. When men do it, what is it called? Punching above your weight. You know, when they have a really beautiful girlfriend or wife and they are a bit baz or not that great looking, but you meet the wife and you're like, oh my God, how did you get this woman? It's madness, right? They're not scared of rejection. They're not scared that they're not good enough. They're not scared that they're not going to get, they just go for it. They're like, oh my God, she's amazing. I'm going to go for her. Versus the other way, women are like, he's too far. He's definitely not one I can get. Or this job is way too high. I can't get that. Or whatever it is that you're saying, stop saying that to yourself and stop fearing whatever it is, rejection. You know, you're not going to be able to do it. You have the tools. You have the tools. So whatever fear you have, the fear acronyms that I love to hate, like face everything and rise, FEAR, or I don't remember the other one, but yeah, face everything and rise is the best one. Okay. So don't fear anything, rise above it and just punch above your weight as well. Hello. All right. And so the last one is waiting for the perfect time. Don't we love this one? Because I know so many people say to me, it's not the right time. It's not the right time for me to do this. It's not the right time. And I'm like, when is the right time? When is the right time? Like 10 years ago, it wasn't the right time. 5 years ago, it wasn't the right time. 8 years ago, it wasn't the right time. Now it's 10 years later, it's still not the right time. Like, when is the right time? Just do it, okay? Just go for it. I'm telling you now, everything that you worry about, everything that you fear, everything that you think is going to make you look stupid, make you feel embarrassed, anything that the worst case scenario, you will come through it. You have all the tools to deal with what life's giving you or throwing at you or slapping you in the face with. Because I know I've had some insane moments where life is like taken me, thrown me upside down, swung me around a little bit, thrusted me into the wall and threw me in the river. And I still managed to swim and come out at the end of the other side. So whatever you're fearing, ladies, International Women's Month, if you have a goal to go for this month, this is the time to start it. Don't wait, okay? And if you have any queries, you know my DMs, just drop them in there. I'm always like, you know, when I have time, I will answer some of your questions. So if we're not connected on Instagram, it's the London Mentalist on there. And actually, most of my socials are the same. Or just Judith Peluchini. So just go on there, jump on there if you're worried. Ask me the question. I will support you. I promise you. I will help you. And with that note, so we're going to end with this. Okay. Always work to become the best version. I know it's a overused phrase. I know. And it's annoying sometimes. But work to become the best version of yourself, because you know what? It's only going to benefit you, first of all, and then the people around you. All right? Okay, so I will see you next week, same time, same place. Happy International Women's Month.
Brilliant. It's insane how you haven't made a single mistake. You just kept talking.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Oh.
many people they do like a pause every 15 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah. There's like I remember there was one client that did that.
okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
quite a lot. I talk, this is my kind of what I do every day. So,
Yeah, that's really good because I think people love to when they listen to a podcast, they like to listen to someone who speaks really fast.
yeah. And also, they can slow it down
Yeah, exactly.
if it's too fast. And plus, I like some of the mistakes in there as well. If I'm saying something, because it's not, that's how we talk.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
but thank you for the feedback.
That was amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna change this top. Just
Okay.
put another one
I'm
quickly.
just gonna keep the cameras rolling, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it's fine. We'll talk.